Run.
This edition of ESPN FC, I'm Dan Thomas, joined by Shaka Hislop, Craig Burley, and we also welcome Julian Laurent to the show. A little later on, we'll be discussing those reports that Eden Hazard to Real Madrid is a done deal. But we start in Porto. Portugal defeating Switzerland by 3-1 to book a place in the UEFA Nations League final. And it's all about Cristiano Ronaldo once again. His hat-trick, very much the difference between the two sides. And Craig, we talked about it yesterday. Maybe this new generation of Portugal players coming through. João Felix, Bernardo Silva.
But for someone still wanting to come and play at this time of the year, at this stage of his career with what he's achieved, is a credit to the player himself, because I know, having played for a decade plus international football, people used to drop like flies,
sure,
right? When it wasn't a real big occasion, people used to drop like flies. You find any excuse not to turn up. Not someone like him, and I think his goal-scoring record and performances for his country would reflect that.
The fact that he wants to turn up, the fact that he wants to put in that sort of performance, is no surprise, though, really, is it?
No, it's not. And credit to him for it. And not just turning up, but his performances. At the same time, as much as you want to talk about the young players coming through, I think you learn from somebody like Ronaldo, who embraces the spotlight as he does. Both when it's positive, as it was against Switzerland, playing at home, you understand that, and you can sometimes get swept away with the adulation. But similarly, when you're away and it's a little bit negative, he thrives on that. And those are lessons that I think serves this young crop coming through all the better.
Second in the all-time top goal scorer of international goals. Jules, his 53rd hat-trick. It's a phenomenal rate. And once again, he seems to turn up in these clutch situations.
Incredible. I mean, I think the hunger, still at his age, the motivation to be the star, to be the match winner, to be decisive, like he was tonight. There were times where he dropped out completely of the game, where we hardly saw it. If you didn't know he was playing, you would notice that he was still on the pitch. And yet, when it matters, or when he gets half a yard on Akanji, for example, he taught him a lesson on that second goal tonight. You just can't give him that kind of freedom. And he missed a big chance early on in the game when it was still 0-0. And probably in his head, he would have been so angry with himself for not taking that chance properly, maybe take a touch before hitting the ball like he did, that you knew that at some point he would want to redeem himself by scoring. And it's another hat-trick at his age. For his return to international football, it's just incredible.
I think we need to roll back a little bit here, just slightly. Not in the goals. You're looking at me. Something's coming. No, look, at the end of the day, it was a semi-final of a competition that has created some more interest. But let's not get away from the fact all this competition has done is replace friendlies, right? So it only had to be better than friendlies to be of some sort of relevance, and of that it is. But to be, we can wax lyrical about the fact he scores hat-tricks and he scores so many goals for his country and his club. But I don't think we should be suggesting, like I think some are running around, saying this was such a high-pressured occasion that once again he showed up.
But it wasn't Portugal. It wasn't.
It was in home soil.
No, it's on home soil.
I get that.
It's 1-1, looks like it's going to extra time,
yes,
and yet he's the one who makes the difference.
Yeah.
And I think it's worthy of us to give him credit, isn't it?
No.
Okay.
Once again, you're like people on social media. You just misinterpret what I'm saying. I'm not giving Ronaldo credit. You still have to score the goal.
Sure. I just don't understand why do you have to throw in that caveat. Why can't you just say...
I'm not throwing the caveat. I'm giving you an honest assessment. It is ultimately a tournament that has replaced friendlies. So it has you've got to give it its significance in terms of where it lies, in terms of pressurised situation. It's not.
I'm not saying it's like this when he scores in the Champions League final.
That's all I'm saying. So it's another great goal-scoring feat. However, it's not on the big stage. That's what I'm saying. On this occasion, it's not on the big stage.
Shaka,
I can't get carried away with these.
Shaka, how does this compare to his hat-trick at the World Cup? Let's talk about something else in this game, which was, of course...
See, I just can't get carried away with these semi-finals.
But we're not getting carried away. We're just saying Ronaldo did well and he scored a hat-trick.
I like the Nations League and the group stages for the smaller countries that were important. But I'm not getting carried away now with these...
No one's saying you are.
They're an end-of-season friendly, and that's what they are.
We're just calm, Craig.
Put him off, and then he's finished with poor.
I, on the other hand, thought I had no problem with the penalty not being given in that situation. What I do say is I hate this phrase about a clear and obvious mistake.
Right.
VAR only alerts the referee when it's clear and obvious. If it's clear and obvious, then the referee doesn't have to go over to the sideline, quite simply.
Right.
But if it's enough for the referee, if there's enough of a doubt, then you get a message to the referee, have him go have a look. And as much as I thought that João Felix one wasn't a penalty, I thought it warranted enough to say to the referee, go have a look.
Did the referee get it right today, Jules, using VAR?
I think so. I agree with the boys. I think maybe the João Felix or the two challenges, he could have had a look. I can understand why they didn't ask him to have a look, but for the Swiss penalty, I thought it was a pen, and I thought he did right to go and check it and then to award the pen. I had no problems with the delay of that decision that I believe was right. And I thought overall it was he had a really good game.
What I'm hearing is that City are reluctant to deal with the people who stand behind De Ligt in this particular case. It might not be true, but that's the gossip, as you will, and that perhaps explains why City haven't pushed us a bit further.
For a lot more on all the latest transfers, you can check out the website. Transfer Talk, of course, available every day. Oh, Shaka Hislop breaking it down. Talking about the future of Christian Eriksen. Not very nice reading for England players. The back page of the English newspapers. England throw it away. Similar sentiment. Stones rolls over for Dutch. Blunders costs Lions dear. England sink like a Stones.
Oh.
Seeing what they did there.
That's a little harsh, by the way.
And by the way, what it means is that Virgil van Dijk is now the favourite to win the Ballon d'Or as the Dutch go into that final, the Nations League. Van Dijk, of course, winning the Champions League with Liverpool. It looks like it's going to be between him and Lionel Messi. Stephen?
Wow. Listen, it depends how you look at this. If you like goals, then you go for Lionel Messi. If you like somebody who, in the whole, pretty much on the planet, has been the most effective and the most important, then it's Van Dijk. Has to be.
Listen, even if the Dutch do win the Nations League, Argentina is still one of the favourites to win the Copa America, and that, of course, is a far bigger and more serious competition. I think that gives Lionel Messi a little bit of a nudge.
Craig will be gutted he wasn't here for this.
Oh, absolutely.
Thank you very much to Stevie and Shaka. We'll be back tomorrow for more. Be sure to join us then. Till next time, goodbye. Welcome into Extra Time. Lots of questions to get through. I'll put these first two together, if you don't mind, gentlemen. How in the world was Lingard offside? What are these people looking at? Followed by, because VAR has made it a matter of centimetres, it should not be.
Why?
So if you're offside by centimetres, you're not offside.
You're not offside.
Yes.
Got it.
Well, I've seen
That
this
makes a lot of
argument not
sense.
just from quite a lot of people.
It does
are
make a
saying-
lot of sense, though.
Are saying, oh, come on, it's too close to call.
Well,
No, it's not.
it's not. If you've got VAR, it's not too close to call because it tells you exactly.
Yeah.
And it's either right or it's wrong. You're either offside or you're
you're not.
onside. And he's unfortunately off. I thought when I went to VAR, I thought there's no way this is going to be called offside. I thought Dumfries up the top had played him on big time. But then, of course, the good news came through. It was disallowed.
Yeah, exactly. The good news. Raf, of course, you're used to this, being a Bundesliga man.
Yeah, we have plenty of VAR controversy. To answer the question, they look at the calibrated lines, and it takes a bit of time to get it right because you need to basically move upwards and see where's the part of the body that is closest to the touch line that is still relevant, so only the shoulder. But he is offside, unfortunately, from an English perspective, even if it was only a few centimetres.
Nothing unfortunate about it, Gab.
That's Raf.
Raf.
That's Raf.
If the tables were turned, would you English be complaining?
I'm not complaining. Don't put,
Yeah, but I'm blaming you.
don't put me.
I'm blaming you because I saw how upset you were.
It wasn't that upset, by the way.
Yeah, oh yeah.
I'll be more upset at my putting tomorrow. Is Van Dijk's never dribbled past record on risk against Ronaldo in finals?
So that nobody's ever dribbled past
no
him?
one ever dribbled past Van Dijk?
Apparently not, according to that message.
There's actually two things here. I don't think Ronaldo is going to try and dribble round Van Dijk. And actually, the Ronaldo we see today doesn't dribble past anybody. He gets himself half a yard either side to get a shot off.
Right.
He doesn't dribble past people now.
Raf?
Wasn't this just a Liverpool record?
Oh.
Because the goal from Serge Gnabry against him in the Nations League, he might not have technically dribbled past him, but he certainly managed to outplay him and score an unbelievable goal. So I'm just not exactly sure about the provenance of this number.
Maybe Gab would know, which takes us to our next question. Raf, where is Gab Marcotti?